Pencils down.
Oh.
Pencils down. Pencils. Mother frickin' down. Pencils down. It's time, Eddie. It's time.
No.
Tree 1-2. Ramble 3-1-2. When did they bury us? When? I mean,
2?
I think it was Ramble 2.
Was it 2?
Yeah,
Ramble 2,
and we had the big thing outside the Four Seasons landscaping.
Yeah, and we're like, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep going.
I remember Cody. Cody was like, "Oh, the media says we're done." Remember that he did that big thing,
right.
and then I
was sweating hair coloring.
I was farting a lot.
You were farting everywhere. You shit your pants. I was sweating hair coloring.
It's a crazy day right after Ramble 2.
It was not, but we kept going.
Who was right? Who was wrong? Who was right? Who was wrong? Who was right? Who was wrong?
We gave free pillows out to everybody. It was
everyone.
Great. It was a good time.
the My Pillow guy just went off trying. They're not going anywhere, guys. Oh, the Ramblers aren't going anywhere.
I got a movie coming out. It's going to show you all the evidence of how these guys are going to keep
how
making
the Rambles keep going. Oh, and once you got him on your side, what else do you need? What else do you need?
The tides have turned.
The tides have turned.
But both sides are the same.
How quick is the Matrix gone? If the My Pillow guy was an Autobot that day, how quick is that thing?
If he had the Matrix of leadership in him,
how quick does Unicron just win the day? I go back to again. I hate to do this to Brian Hill, but look what happened to his beloved Seahawks once Jordan Peterson gave him a pep talk. They
imploded.
They've been on a downward trajectory.
They imploded.
It's there you go. This is Ramble. So if you can Eddie, did you know they can email us, the Ramblers? And
I've heard rumors, nothing confirmed.
Okay, well I'm gonna.
Are you confirming the rumors?
I'm just gonna maybe. I don't know about confirm.
Are you going to put on record that this is truth?
Add fuel to the fire? Ramble at theramblepod.com. You can follow us on Twitter at podcastramble1. We're also on Instagram at podcastramble. We have a merch store in TeePublic. When Cody's back from day baseball, but maybe we'll get a new store soon.
He's had the stuff now for like a year.
About 6 years.
At first it was my fault. I didn't get it to him, but then I got it to him. Balls in his court.
It has it ever been? And what does he do?
Balls in his court.
And what does he do? He goes to see a day baseball.
Day baseball.
That's how he handles the bright lights. We're still deadlocked at 131 5-star reviews, by the way.
That's too bad.
5-star ratings, and
That's disappointing.
And Skeletor is still our positive text review.
That's the most disappointing.
That's the saddest news of all. That's what hurts
the most.
Fuck. By the way, Colton, your son.
Yeah.
Had an adorable moment the night before last.
Yeah.
The earnestness with which it was fucking adorable.
He's a sweet kid.
It made it so he turned to me when the credits start rolling, or near the end of Thor: Love and Wait, was it the?
It was the credits.
The final scene, or was it right before the credits?
He saw the name.
Yes.
In the credits.
Yep, and he just bright-eyed turned to me and goes, "Did you know that Jane Foster is also Amidala?" And I was like, "I just found that out." And I was like, and I went, "What?" And then because I didn't know he didn't know, and he took that to mean that he broke that news to me. Well, and I was like, it was amazing.
Well, before that happened, he leaned over to me. He's like, "Wait, Natalie Portman also played Padme Amidala, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you know that?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then he turned to you and did that. Yes. And you went, "Oh, really?" And he didn't pick up the sarcasm.
It wasn't even sarcastic. I was surprised that he just found out. I was like, "Really? Like you didn't know that?" Like that was I wasn't being I wasn't being an asshole. Like I was just like I was like, "Really? Like you
What's wrong with you?"
But see, and then we were breaking his balls on the drive home. But I'm just worried. You didn't take it a step further when you got home, did you?
Yeah, I counted him all night. I woke up this morning.
Come on.
I didn't let it go.
Did you put on brass knuckles and maybe give him a couple of combos?
I was like, did you know that guy that used to be in the junkyard in Fat Albert was also the guy that drugged women and raped them? Did you know that was the same guy?
You went deep. Dude, if innocence is going to get lost tonight, it's getting lost all the way.
You're gonna grow up real quick.
They're never going to find the innocence. That's how lost it's going to be.
No, we stopped. I stopped breaking his balls after.
Yeah, but it was adorable. The earnestness with which he was like, "Hey, put that together." Was
He
great.
worries me sometimes with that because sometimes he just has trouble recognizing faces.
Sure. So how was that worried? Big deal. What do you think?
Well, it's just like you should pick some stuff up and.
Like, are you worried he'll like call the cops on a teacher, thinking, "Who the fuck is this guy in the classroom?"
I don't know. Like, it's just like, do you not remember that person? You've met them like 7 times.
Right.
That sort of thing. I don't. But like, you would think Padme and Jane Foster, like that's what.
Yeah.
Star Wars is big in his life.
Yeah, it is. And so is Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when the first time I found out Han Solo and Indiana Jones were the same actor. I was a little kid. Right. And I looked at the Indiana Jones the Raiders of the Lost Ark poster, and I'm
You're like, wait a minute.
That guy looks really familiar.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, that's Han Solo, and then it blew my mind. But I wasn't 13.
He's an innocent
After watching
kid,
lots, he's a very innocent child, and it worries me.
Stop it. He's gonna be fine. Look, I'll take him to Tijuana in a couple of weeks. Buy him a hooker. Turn him into all that innocence will be gone.
All right, good. Promise.
He'll recognize Natalie Portman when I'm done with him, huh? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show him Black Swan. Be like, here, you want to see what she's really all about?
There you go.
There you go, pal. Here you go, kiddo. By the way, Brian Hill has emailed us. Former King of the Hill.
Former King of the Hill.
Greetings, fellow Ramblers. This is Brian Hill, a.k.a. Seahawks fan 1987. I sent Eddie a video on his Facebook page of a 4th of July fail. I hope you watched it. And hope it goes to show, leave the fireworks to the professionals, please.
Right.
And here's the good news. I think I have a role at Not Scary Farm. I'll keep you posted. I have a phone interview with him Saturday. Love you guys later. Love you, but congrats, Brian Hill.
Congrats, Brian
Fucking
Hill.
A, pal. Look at that.
Kill that shit.
Yes, and we got one from Maxie.
Max.
Colin Mags. Hey, guys. Hope everyone's
Max.
having a good week. And Thor was as good as we hope it is. As a continuation from last week's discussion of the difference between finger banging and blasting songs.
Yeah, big difference.
Big. Oh, yeah. Is Motorhead Ace of Spades the worst song to come on whilst engaging in any sexual activity? I know how that song can induce a more aggressive style when driving or gaming. So I have to wonder, is this the most dangerous song? You'd no longer be banging or blasting. It'd be fisting time and more likely the end of your relationship. What are your thoughts? Well, it's funny, but we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
When Eddie and I are fisting each other,
Yeah.
we try to keep Pantera off the shuffle.
Yeah.
We try to...
At least off the first 3 or 4 songs.
Right. Because when we're finger blasting each other...
You want to be going for a while, good and heavy.
Right.
Before you have any...
Now... I think Ace of Spades is a good one. But can I tell you what I think would be the absolute worst song to hear in the middle of sex?
What?
Well, as everybody heard about the bird. I think that would ruin any mood. Because things wouldn't even turn aggressive. You're just done.
I don't know. I think you can get into the rhythm of Bird.
You think? Well, as everybody heard about the bird.
I think. Again, I don't think it's one you put on first.
But it's not stopping you.
No, I think you can come to that. I think it's a good climax song.
Yeah, good. You say the opposite of my thoughts. You say maybe the best song to have.
I don't think it would make you climax. I just think when you get to that point, when you get to that point of no return and it came on, I don't think it would stop you.
You don't go into some tantric sting thing where you hold it for an hour.
No, you
right.
Yeah. My thought. That's my opinion. I don't.
Right.
We can try it next time we're together and see.
Okay, we'll give it a shot. Yeah. We're always open to new things. But.
Always.
Is that the dumbest thing, by the way, people bragging about steak? Like, who would want to do that? Like, don't you have shit to do?
It seems so fucking boring.
It seems so boring to just sit there.
Like 12 hours of what? Why?
I wouldn't do that. God.
Why would you do that? An hour would be
I'd have to take a shit. I'd have to piss. Like,
you're starting to sweat. I'm hungry.
Right. That seems like he's keeping her prisoner. Like, no, you're with Sting tonight.
And trust me, women are bored. Women are bored way quicker than we are.
Going back.
There's no way they're. You're trying. It's hard enough to keep them focused anyway.
Right.
During the act, because their mind's a million different places.
Oh, I know where hers is. Oh, Cody's not here to play the greetings. School board edition.
Scott Schmerls.
But we all know.
We all know.
So that hurts. Fuck it. I'm going to sing, Eddie. I think it's a good intro time.
All right, do it.
If you know the words at home, sing along. Right, Eddie.
That's what
tell me your thoughts on this. I bet you'll catch this one. I think you will. Maybe someday, saved by zero, I'll be more together, stretched by fewer thoughts that leave me chasing after my dreams, disown me, loaded with danger. So maybe I'll win, saved by zero. Maybe I'll win, saved by zero. There we go, baby. The Fix. You like that jam?
I do. That was good. That was good stuff.
That was a good shit. All right, what's better? That one by The Fix or One Thing Leads to Another?
Oh.
One thing leads to another. That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight.
That's a tough fight.
I think Saved by Zero takes it, but close. That's a big fight. It's tough.
That's an Iron Man match for sure.
It is an Iron Man. That one's going 2 hours?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
God, that's a big one. Well, here we are, Ramble 312. Thank you for being. It's gonna be a quick one because we don't have Cody to cue us in.
No.
So you just have to. I mean, but I think it's good because, in a way, because I think I don't know. I think aren't we giving him too much? That harmonica, no one should have to get for free, right?
True.
And we're giving it.
And do you deserve it every week?
Every week.
Have you really earned it every week?
What have you done? I mean, no offense to the Ramblers.
No.
But
it does. If you sit quiet long enough, you can hear it because the notes hang in the air.
They do. They really do. That's something.
So,
man, wow. Now, was that something you were taught? Was that just day one, letting those notes linger like that?
I actually learned that technique from the Chumash Indian tribe out here in California.
Yeah.
Wow. That was the native tribe to this area.
And they just accepted you as one of their own?
For a time. Some stuff got hairy later on.
Yeah, sure.
At the beginning, I learned some of the breathing techniques.
Yeah.
That I incorporate in my harmonic, and then also how to blow a note and have it hang in the air.
Okay. Wow.
For eternity. Once you put it out, energy does not just end. It just transfer. Energy transfers.
Yes. It keeps rolling and it keeps going. That's amazing.
Chumash Indian tribe, Native American tribe. Sorry.
Do you give them credit? Do you give them credit? That's great
for that part of my.
Right. Now I'm not saying everything.
No, for that.
They can't teach you how to work those lips.
They didn't teach me how to play. I just they taught me how to have the notes hang out there.
Right. Right. Wow. Man.
Chumash.
Now, is it true that a few of the tribal leaders, ended relationships trying to hook up with you afterwards, and that's why your relationship went sour?
That's why it got hairy. That's exactly why I got hairy, and I'm no longer an honorary member of the Chumash.
So you almost broke them up, basically.
You could say that. I definitely I weakened the nation for sure.
Man, jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? Color me unsurprised.
None of my doing. It was just jealousy and greed are natural human emotions.
It's a
regardless
shame,
of what nationality or.
It's a goddamn shame. It's just a goddamn shame.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. All right, so it's hat time. It's Hall of Hat time. So this was tough. This was the action comedy. Goes into the Hall of Fame. What film represents the genre on their hat? Colin Magg says, I only have the Hall of Fame this week as I only know 2 songs by Mellencamp and won't see Thor for a while. Well, Colin, a lot of spoilers up ahead for Thor.
Sorry.
And I guess John Cougar Mellencamp. We might spoil that too.
Maybe.
But Hall of Fame, whilst Beverly Hills Cop is the OG in the genre and is pretty damn perfect, I have to put my hat on Hot Fuzz. Not only did it poke fun of the genre's overused tropes and absurdities, but also crafted a perfect action comedy in the process, and all set in a sleepy British village. I mean, come on. The big battle was in a supermarket. It's endlessly watchable with some excellent performances. I mean, how did Simon Pegg stay in character when every other thing you see him in, he's a lovable goof? It's just perfect. That's all I got for this week. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. Colin Maggs. Thank you, Max. Jeremy Bienvenu. Initially, I was going to say Men in Black because I watch it so much, and it's such a
that's
nostalgic movie from my childhood that I always thought it was hilarious and the action was great. But thinking about it, when it comes down to action and comedy, I find that it's hard to beat Deadpool. It was everything I ever wanted out of a Deadpool movie, and it's laugh out loud funny from beginning to end, and the action hardly ever stops. Michael Miller. Hope all is well. Things in the Miller house are good enough. Caleb's broken arm did not require surgery. There we go. So that's awesome. He's also set to return to his McJob tomorrow morning, last Sunday in Ramble time, which is also awesome.
Yeah.
My nephew Noah just got a $2 an hour raise, so we're all pretty happy about that. Lastly, since my last email, I became a great uncle, a title I've deserved for years, but enough about us. Congrats on all the good news. Let's ramble the fuck on, shall we? While there are a lot of great movies to choose from, my pick has to be Beverly Hills Cop. I mean, 80s Eddie Murphy.
Right.
Yeah, that's mine. That's mine, Eddie.
I mean, I think we kind of grew up in that area, era of the buddy action with Lethal Weapon and Beverly Hills Cop.
48 hours.
And to me, it came down to 48 Hours and Beverly Hills Cop, and I kind of just went with Beverly Hills Cop because to me it was a funnier movie.
Yes, and it's just, I mean, it's one of those films too, and you could say, look, if Beverly Hills Cop didn't exist, it's Hot Fuzz for me, no question.
Yeah,
but. And a lot like Hot Fuzz. But with Beverly Hills Cop, it's one of those movies where you literally see somebody at the absolute top of their game, Eddie Murphy in that. He was just fucking incredible.
It was one of those first movies I remember where they open up with an action sequence and a song.
The chase. The
chase to Neutron Dance. And
so great.
Like, that hooked me. And like that, I can't remember a movie ever grabbing me that early that way before, and that was the first one that did that.
I mean, because you're already laughing when he's arguing with the smugglers about what size of condoms he wears.
And then he's being dragged around in this truck to Neutron Dance.
It's amazing. Just destroying everything in Detroit that they go past.
I mean, when you can ever open up a movie with an action sequence and a kick-ass song, like Thor Ragnarok with Immigrant Song.
Yeah,
at the beginning when he's killing all the demons.
Yeah,
like that. Something like that hooks you into a movie, and at that point you're already sold on the movie, and you're enjoying the rest of the movie no matter what happens.
Yeah, so good, man. It was so good. Next Ramble 313 in honor of the end credits.
That's a palindrome, like our last Ramble radio.
Oh shit! That happens like only 10 times every 10 rambles, 10 ramble propers. Shit. So, Tree One Tree, in honor of, spoiler alert, end credits of Thor. We might have done him scattered before, but this next ramble is all in honor of the late, great Ronnie James Dio. So what Ronnie James Dio song, Solo Rainbow Sabbath, is on his hat when he goes into the Hall of Fame? Does he go in as the man on the Silver Mountain, Eddie? Does he go in as the last in line? Does he go in as a holy diver? Does he go in as the mob rules?
I don't know.
It's tough. It's going to be a fucking tough one.
I would like to have seen that Dio song in the battle scene.
I know.
I think it would have worked better.
Had no problem with what it was, but I would have loved it better.
But I think we talked about it. I think the scene we think it was is the scene where that was supposed to be.
Yes. We'll talk about that. We're getting there. Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah.
It's time to open, close, encore. The Cougs, Eddie.
Cougs.
John Cougar Mellencamp. Jeremy Bienvenu chimes in with open, close, encore. You have to open with ROCK in the USA. You close with Jack and Diane. Encore with Small Town. Michael Miller, this is a tough one. So many great hits to choose from. He opens with Lonely All Night. Closes a Small Town. Encores with Authority Song. Oh. Okay. Eddie, I had him open with Small Town.
Okay.
I have him close with Pink Houses.
Okay.
And then I have him encore with Jack and Diane.
Okay. See, I open with Blood on the Plow.
Blood on the Scarecrow. That one. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Blood on the Plow.
Then
I have him close with Jack and Diane.
Oh, great one.
And then encore Authority Song.
I like that. That's a good one. Next Ramble, you guessed it, RJD, from all of his incarnations. Does he open being the man on the Silver Mountain, Eddie? Does he open hunting the witch? That ain't easy, is it?
Not easy. Not easy. No.
Not easy. Not easy.
I don't envy us.
No. It's time to read books and play video games. Bring that pussy over here. We're reading books and playing games. Michael Miller.
Mills.
Still driving myself nuts trying to 100% Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Wii U. I'm at about 51% now in between DK
you got a long way to go.
Long way. I've been playing Angry Birds Star Wars on the Wii and Mario Kart 64 on the Nintendo 64. Not bad. When I finished Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, pardon me, I was at like 60% when I finished the game, and I'm like, I'm never going to try to 100% like this. I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy. I beat it. That's all I fucking need, you know? That's it. I walked. You reading or playing anything, Eddie?
Not right now, no.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, Colton and I are still going. Colton does most of the playing in our house.
Yeah, sure.
I watch because he wants to play. Still going through Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice. Great.
Yeah.
I finished Holy Diver, the game based on heavy metal for the NES. So fucking good. I'm in the middle of playing Super Spy Hunter. Do you know about that one?
No.
Remember Spy Hunter?
I remember Spy Hunter, of course.
Super Spy Hunter came out for the Nintendo. Not even the Super Nintendo. And it's fucking amazing.
Because I have Spy Hunter for Nintendo.
Great one. Still holds up. But, dude, Super Spy Hunter is so fucking good.
What's the difference?
Oh, my God. So,
same gameplay? Same sort of...
Same style, but it's just way crazier, right? You have bigger power-ups. I don't remember if there were giant boss fights at the end of each level in Spy Hunter, but this one...
I don't think there was.
Yeah, there's these massive boss fights. You have to fight these giant vehicles and machines. And then I was playing a level. It was so much fun. And, like, it warns you that a jump is coming up ahead, right?
Yeah.
So you have to speed up by pressing forward. I speed up, I make the jump, and then you land, right? And then the next stage, the same thing happens. But you make the jump, and it shoots you like 500 feet in the air, and you're fighting all these enemies, and then you slowly see the road. It starts off as like this thin silver line, and then it just a gray line just gets bigger and bigger, and you have to land on it. Like, it's fucking so much fun. And then your shit turns into a boat, like in the first game, and a jet. It's so much fun.
Did they ever make a Spy Hunter movie?
I don't think they did.
We should write a Spy Hunter.
Should we do it?
We should write a Spy Hunter movie.
I mean,
based off that video game.
It's not fair to say this, but because it wasn't written for the game, but dude, when you have Peter Gunn as your theme song for a video game,
but just a movie where the guy's got to get from one side of the United States to the other. It's almost like a Cannonball Run meets
just
a James
Mad
Bond.
Max. Yeah, Mad Max, but with a spy.
Right.
I'm in. I'm fucking in. That's a great one. So I'm doing that, and I started playing. I started jumping back into Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh,
so there we go. Yeah, and Jesus Christ, Eddie, it's a time of the show where we rank the top 5.
Ooh,
look at that.
Let's do this.
Now this was tough. Top 5 Thor: Love and Thunder moments. Whew. Jeremy Bienvenu's. What's it? Bien's? News. Honorable mention: seeing Lady Sif again. Christian Bale's performance, he was great.
He was.
There wasn't enough of him in the movie. We only saw him butcher one god. It's true. Number 5, the goats. I know some people have said the screaming was overkill, but it got a laugh out of me every time. I love the goats. Number 4, the fleshing out of Thor and Jane's relationship. We never really saw what happened between them, and seeing them as an actual couple doing couple things in the flashback was nice. Number 3, Russell Crowe's performance. I don't know what choice he decided to make with that accent, but I loved it. It was amazing. Zeus was like your weird uncle that everyone puts up with because it's easier than the alternative. I like that he actually told Thor he was scared. That was great. Total pomp and circumstance, all talk, no action douchebag. He was fantastic. Number 2, Brett Goldstein as Hercules appearing during the mid-credit sequence. Holy shit, that was great casting. I want more of that now. And number 1, Jealous Stormbreaker. When it would just slowly creep into view, it was fantastic. I loved it. I liked them all. All great moments right there. Michael Mills. Number 5, the part where I don't have to deal with obnoxious teenagers who ignore their turn off your phone notices, instead check their phones with their bright-ass screens every 10 minutes or so. Number 4, the part where I don't have to wonder who all these characters are and why the hell should I care about any of them. Number 3, the part where I don't accidentally eat so much overpriced, overbuttered popcorn that I make myself physically sick. The part where number 2 was the part where Eddie and Jerry did a quick review of the movie, which I'm glad to say they seem to enjoy. And number 1, the part where I don't have to pay over $50 to take a nap in a noisy movie theater because Caleb's mom is taking him to this movie, so I didn't have to. Okay, that's my contribution for the week. Take care, everybody. Love you all. Hashtag Ramble on. Hashtag Idiot for Life. Hashtag Day Baseball. Bye. All right.
We all know Mills doesn't do Marvel.
Mills is not a Marvel guy.
He's not a Marvel guy. We know
Mills.
that. So
Mills. Millsies. My number 5, the Mighty Hercules. I thought that was a great moment. And, man, opening night, that might have gotten the biggest pop.
I think it did.
Yeah.
I think it did. I kind of kicked myself because I read that it was on the Facebook feed.
Oh.
So I knew about it before it happened. I'm like, fuck. And then it happened. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. But I bet you knew right when the scene started, when you see Russell Crowe licking his wounds.
Here comes Hercules.
Yeah, here it is.
And it got ruined for me, and I hate that.
Oh,
that's why it didn't make my top 5, because it got ruined for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I wonder if he's got to get real jacked to play Hercules.
Yeah, or maybe not. They could just do it like a T-1000 thing, where he's not as jacked, but just as strong.
Thor is this massive, bulging guy, Hercules has to be.
But again, look at the T-1000. What, Schwarzenegger had 200 pounds on him, and he still beats the shit out of him? I think it's more of a visual thing.
But we don't know what the T-1000 is before we see the T-1000.
Right.
But Hercules, you know what Hercules is.
I guess just since he's a god,
He's a god. And Goldstein looked kind of buffed in the quick shot we saw him.
Yeah,
I couldn't get a full picture of, is he jacked, or is he going to get super jacked for this role? I
want to know what god that was in the scene when Crow insults Thor and the guy goes, good one, Dad. I wonder what god that was. That was funny. But
my number 5 was the whole idea that it was a romantic comedy. The flashbacks of the relationship, the awkward conversations, them starting to feel feelings again for each other, like the whole.
And then you're gonna have a love triangle with Mjolnir and Stormbreaker.
It was great, like all the elements of a romantic comedy. Because I've always loved that since Phase 1 of the different style. Actually, Phase 2 is where they really started doing it. Phase 2, they started doing the different types of movie genres within Marvel, with the spy movie, the espionage movie with Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Ant-Man being the first sort of comedy, and the group. It's just like playing around with the different genres, and to actually finally do a romantic comedy was just like, it was great.
It was great.
And to get all those elements of it in there.
Yes. My honorable mention, by the way, I forgot to say, was finally seeing Jane Foster as Thor. But you knew it was going to happen, of course, but it was still great. That's why I didn't make my top 5, because it wasn't a surprise, But that was great, and the joke about we don't eat children anymore, those were dark times. That was fucking hilarious. But my number 4 was, I was very stunned and very pleasantly surprised that, dude, did any of us think eternity was going to be such a major factor in this film?
Right.
That was like, what the right off the bat. When Christian Bale's like, go to eternity, like, what? Eternity's in this? And oh man. And then I guess this is not a top moment, but this is just my question to you, because it's a great moment anyway. But when Christian Bale, I'm assuming it was the blade that made him see the oasis where the gods were. Right?
Yes.
I'm sure
the blade was calling him.
Yes. Now here's my question.
Yeah.
Was that Null? Could that have been Null, the voice of that blade? Could that have been Null? Could that have been the king of the symbiotes?
I don't know. I mean, because when he goes to that place and he's got them all tangled up in that shit, it looks very symbiote-like.
Yes.
And that blade looks like it's got something on it.
Yep. So I wonder. What was your number 4?
My number 4 was my number 4. The goats were my number 4.
Fuck. Oh, they were my honorable mention twos. Again. So you all right when you forget about them, there they are screaming. It's fucking hilarious.
it's. I know they took it from that screaming goat that was on YouTube or whatever. That
right.
And I don't know how anyone didn't like that, because it's fucking hilarious.
Fucking great.
And when they crashed into the planet and you see the boat crash into it, because it does that perspective.
Right.
Where it looks like it's flying to the planet. All of a sudden it hits it. And you're like, what the fuck? And you just hear the goats just screaming. It's fucking
so great.
So funny.
My number 3 Russell Crowe was Zeus. I did not think. I didn't know how they were going to play him, and the fact that they played him is just a dork. Like, this is dorky, and it was super funny. I thought that was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
What was your number 3?
My number 3. What was my number 3? My number 3 was the Eternity. Kind of what you were talking about, how it went cosmic right off the bat.
Dude.
Like we're definitely going. I mean, they were hinting all along, especially with Eternals and in Phase 4, that they're going to be doing a lot of the cosmic stuff. Yeah. But like to go this far into it, like Eternity is like a deep pull.
That was crazy. Was not expecting that.
And now you have the girl, Love, or whatever her name is going to be.
And then with that shot where she's created, where you see her upside, is she part of Eternity?
Well, they say in the voiceover, this girl that's created from Love and the power of eternity, created from Eternity with the power of a god. So she's part Eternity. So now you have a creature with the power of Eternity.
And they also said that her name is Love, whatever. But Love. I wonder if she's going to represent Infinity. Because that was the female counterpart to Eternity. You remember in the comic? Maybe she's going to represent Infinity. That would be fucking amazing. Oh, I can't wait to see where they take her. And now, it's going to be.
But now, you have this creature with the power of Eternity.
Yeah. My number 2, Stormbreaker being jealous. That was
my number 2. Just
so fucking funny
when he just creeps into frame, or when he's trying to call him, and then. Or he's trying to call Mjolnir,
and then Stormbreaker, like, slowly, like, angrily, like, oh, yeah, is that
and he's like, oh, you're here. Oh, hey, I was calling you. I was just calling you.
So great. That relationship was fantastic.
But that's, again, those little moments of the romantic comedy that just worked.
My number 1, what else could it be? Even though it would have been better had it been Rainbow in the Dark, but the November Rain scene. Especially where the little girl is just screaming with her little bunny and just destroying all those monsters. How creepy was that little chick playing Ring Around the Rosie with that monster?
And then just cut him in half.
Like, I was like, oh, that was great.
It's like fucking Children of the Corn shit.
Yes, it was so fun.
But like the way they used all the Guns N' Roses music throughout the whole movie, from the first battle scene with Welcome to the Jungle to November Rain.
Yes.
It's just great. And then, but my number 1, it was, I think your number 3, it was Kurt Russell, what's his face?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe as Zeus. Because, again, I didn't know how they were going to play him, and they hit him how they were going to play him in the previews. You didn't know who he was going to be.
You didn't, right. It just, and the way oh, God.
And just to be this bloated, like, just showman who has got no substance. I mean, you can tell who they're making fun of. But just this bloated, funny-looking hair, just no substance, just blowhard, self-important.
But like Bienvenu's point, that was great. That one moment when he's like, "Yeah, I'm very scared," but that was like, "Whoa, shit!" And then the end when he realizes the party's over for the gods, and he's like,
they've been replaced. They've been replaced by the superheroes.
And he tells him, we need to make Thor, Odin's son, fall from the sky, and then they cut to her.
But how powerful is Zeus, really? He got stabbed with his thunderbolt through the chest.
Taken out, but he survived it.
And he survived.
So he's he's definitely super strong. He was, at least at one point. Yeah, but the
way he curtsied down the steps,
fucking hilarious.
And then all he cared about was the orgies.
It was funny how, like, I was wondering, how were they going to replace Jeff Goldblum's humor?
Yeah.
And while he wasn't in it as much as Goldblum was in Ragnarok, that's how they did it. His cameo was so funny. It dominated the film. It was so
all he
great.
cared about is like, I'm not going to invite you to the orgy. Okay, that's it. You're not invited to the orgies. So
great. It's great.
Like, that's the only point of being a god is the orgies.
Right, and I wonder who the Eric Trump was. That's a good one, Dad. I wonder what god that was. The Eric Trump god. That was a good one, Dad. That's fucking great. Oh, man. Well, good. There we go. So next Ramble, Dio, baby. It's a Dio takeover.
Dio.
What song is on Dio's hat? What's Dio open, close, and encore? Any iteration of Dio. And then what is... You can throw Elf in there if you want to go deep. And then top 5 Dio songs, all in our in our Ramble 313, our palindrome ramble coming next week. So thank you for tuning in. We love you all. Stay safe. We'll see you Friday, hopefully fully loaded. How about that?
Hopefully.
Yeah, we can do this. We love you guys. Take care, everybody.